Okay, we are going to start the meeting. It's 9:32. Under the authority of the county board rules, I appoint member Header to serve as temporary member of this committee to establish a quorum. So thank you for being here. So now I call the February.
Go with
need to
me.
change
Go with
this.
me.
I call the May 20th meeting of the DuPage. Karen, this is too generic.
Is it the one I
Okay,
handed you?
yes, okay. Let me start all over.
Oh,
I call the May 20th meeting of the Human Services Committee to order. A physical quorum of the members is physically present. I will entertain a motion to permit those members not physically present due to personal illness, disability, employment purposes, or for the business of the board or family or other emergency to participate by video or teleconference. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Well, welcome member LaPlante, member Galassi on Zoom right now. So, Karen, please call the roll.
Chair Swarzy,
Here.
member Cahill, member Garcia,
Here.
member Desart,
Here.
member Galassi,
Here, sorry.
member LaPlante.
Here.
Okay, you have an appointment for you.
Yeah, I did it right at the beginning. Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Okay. Member Hager.
Here.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Do we have any public comment?
No public comment.
All right. I have a few comments. I wanted to thank member Desart, member Header, member Rutledge for coming out to the Loaves and Fishes last week. We had a tour of the building and we got to hear about their plans for expansion, which are very exciting to have them in DuPage County, and all the plans that they have to help feed our county is really wonderful. So thank you guys. Yes, yes. And we got to empty a box of canned goods. Yes, yes, which was quite actually kind of fun. I will also ask if any members have any comments this morning.
You know, I really loved going out to Loaves and Fishes and just volunteering. I'd like to make that into your direction as chair of Human Services, to do that, I don't know, once a month or so, because it was really, the hour went by super fast, and it was nice. It felt good, doing that.
I will make a note, and we've been doing it almost quarterly or something like that.
Yeah.
The chair's been doing it, so we'll, I think she actually asked me to start working through it with this committee as well.
Or even, expand that out, not just Loaves and Fishes, to do good works as the Human Services Department, to go elsewhere as well.
More information coming. Thank you. Thank you. All right, on to our agenda items. I'll take a motion to approve the minutes, item 25-13-29 from the Human Services Committee's regular meeting on Tuesday, May 6, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion to approve item 25-13-30. HSP 004A24 amendment to resolution HSP 004024 issued to Healthy Air Heating and Airing for weatherization services to provide mechanical, HVAC, and architectural weatherization labor and materials to increase encumbrance in the amount of $50,000, resulting in an amended contract total not to exceed $916,434, an increase of 5.77%.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion on item 25-13-40, recommendation for the approval of funding to the agencies listed in Exhibit B per the terms listed in Exhibit A under the Small Agency Grant Program Round 2 in the amount of $711,336.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion here? I am going to just make a comment. I wanted to thank member LaPlante for her hard work on the District 4 agencies that you had to spend. Look, the rest of us didn't have the quantity that you had, and you really put a lot of hard work into making sure, not only doing your due diligence, but making sure everybody that applied got at least something. So I know it wasn't an easy task, and this committee thanks you very much for your hard work on that. So,
Thank you so much, Chair Schwartz. I appreciate the kind remarks. Thank you.
okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Take a motion on item HSP 2325, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Keurig Dr. Pepper, the American Bottling Company for beverages and fountain drinks for the DuPage Care Center and cafes on county campus for the period July 30th, 2025 through July 29th, 2026 for a contract total not to exceed $30,600.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion here? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I'll take a motion on item 251331, amendment to county contract 74700001 serve issued to My Greenhouse HVAC LLC through Community Services Weatherization Program to reduce the contract in the amount of $50,000 to offset the increase to Healthy Air Heating and Air Inc. to provide heating and air HVAC services, resulting in an amended contract total of $816,434, a decrease of 5.77%.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you, everybody. We do not have any residency waivers, so I'll turn it over to Janelle Chadwick to give us an update on the DuPage Care Center.
Morning, everybody. Sorry, we have a few leadership staff that have COVID but I do have exposure. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that that doesn't turn positive. Last week, weekend, we had something unusual. The center hasn't, and many in the area, the dust storm. We worked with the PM supervisor staff to get the residents brought in, do a head count. We're working on developing a policy. So all the they had to come in, but had they been out there when it did hit, it wouldn't have been, would put many at risk for breathing issues. 3 Center, the dementia unit, is now occupied. We're very excited about it. They had numerous people on now we're back to the full 16 bed. So we're working through those individuals and admitting as soon as everything's in order. So we're pretty excited about that. 2 South and 2 North, the demo is, I think, was pretty much done. And now they're working on building the framing or mild framing, but they're doing some framing and getting. And that's my report today. Any questions for me?
Thank you, Janelle. Any questions from our committee?
Stay well.
Yeah.
And let us know if you need anything.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We do not have Mary Keating. She's on her way. She's probably on a plane right now. I don't believe we have any update from her office, but as you can see, our agenda was pretty short. So do we have any old business? I'm going to bring up some old business because I do want to talk real briefly about the Small Human Services Grant. I really need to thank, well, first of all, let me mention that this does not go to county board. We approve this here. That's why the max amounts were $30,000. It gives us authority to approve this. So it's scheduled tentatively to have a reception in between our finance and county board meeting to recognize the recipients for June 24th, which is be our second meeting in June. We'll get that confirmed probably, within the next week or so. But plan on that. I believe our staff here will be sending out the invitations to those recipients. But I'll confirm that as well. But I really want to thank our finance staff, Mary Catherine and her staff, Keith, and our state's attorney's office, Connor, and Katrina as well with you, and our senior staff with Nick. We had some questions on organizations who were denied. And I will say that, our staff did everything that me and Vice Chair Garcia directed them to. We had multiple meetings over the last, last year, we had multiple meetings because we knew we were gonna be kicking this off again. We tried our hardest to make it as easy as possible for our staff because they do spend almost an unreasonable amount of time trying to sift through all these applications. And they did it exactly how really they were directed to do it. So the round one created, there was a lot of problems created during round one that were unforeseen. We talked about all those, and part of our parameters that we decided were based on trying to solve those problems from round one. And so with regards to missing documents, timelines was the biggest one. We set a parameter on a time and we discussed it months before at our Zoom conference with all these entities that participated. It was clear, very, very clear on the website as well. Unfortunately, when you have small organizations, sometimes, this is new to them and they run into issues that way, but staff did everything we directed them. So I know there's going to be some conversation at our next board meeting, with maybe a member or two who may bring up a couple of potential, organizations that they want to do that did not pass this time around, but, or didn't qualify for one reason or another. But I just want to say that staff did a great job and thank you very much for all your hard work. So, and I am always open to further communication on how we can make this better in the future. So please give me your feedback. I'll be happy to accept that and we'll have that conversation again. So, all right, thank you. Any new business? Yes.
I just have a comment about what you said. I do appreciate staff. The staff here are the vetters. They vetted the applications who came in. Thank you for that. And Mary's not here to answer this question, but I wanted to throw it out since we're having this conversation. In District 5, we had so many more applicants last time. And I know we still have one more year to go, but I'm just wondering, and I'm just throwing this out here again, Mary's not here to answer, but is there a way we can cast a wider net? Because in District 5, I know District 5, and there's so many organizations who didn't even bother to, apply for a grant, who should have applied for a grant. And I took personal responsibility. I, sent out the application to a number of organizations that I personally know, but it just seems like a wider net needs to be cast because, again, we didn't even give all the way, we didn't even give away all of the money that was allotted to us.
I was actually shocked because last year, you probably had twice as many applicants
Yes.
For funding, but we've worked with Joan on this to get the information out. I don't, and the database that Community Services has,
For the nonprofits.
tens of thousands, of nonprofits throughout the county, and they're all on the
And I don't know what the
social,
answer is
the
on that.
email site and stuff. So
Yeah.
we can certainly have this discussion again, though. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. It also could be that there was also this member initiative
Mhm.
program this year. So a lot of organizations got help through that.
Mm-hmm.
So coupled with this and that, I think we did help tens of organizations, if not more, in our district. It's just that some of them were helped through the member initiative program or
Right.
will be, and many through this.
Right. Well, the
Great
member
point.
initiative program, the people who received money through that also knew that they could receive money through the small profit grants.
And if I may.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you made that abundantly clear. So maybe organizations thought that if they apply for member initiative program, whether they should or shouldn't, if they can or could not, maybe
Yeah.
that was the confusion. Maybe that's something that we need to highlight.
Well, we only have one more year of this program.
Mhm.
And I want to, my goal is to give away all the money the District 5 has to give away,
Yeah, of
so.
course, of course. And the money that was not given out in round one and round two is still in ARPA interest. And I've spoken to finance, I've spoken to Nick, and that money is earmarked for human services. So it will get used for the right reasons for sure, so.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all. Oh, who's raising their hand?
Craig.
Member Galassi.
Oh, Member Galassi, sorry.
Thanks, Greg.
Yes, go
I
ahead.
just wanted to kind of echo what Member Desart just said. I felt a little handcuffed. I was reaching out to all the, the people in District 3 that I thought appropriate. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot of the small nonprofits, and I don't know if emails are going into people's junk. I know that was a problem with some of the applications, that the emails were going into junk, but maybe the initial kind of broadcast emails are also going into junk. So I was also disappointed to see the lack of response from District 3, despite the outreach that I know members were doing. So I don't know if maybe next year it would be appropriate, and I should have thought of this myself ahead of time, but to get the list of all of the nonprofits in each district so that we could, reach out personally instead of maybe just the broadcast emails that might have just gotten overlooked or gone to junk or something. I know everyone is doing a great job, and I'm not, hindsight's 2020, but I would just love a better way to make sure that all the potential organizations are getting the proper outreach. Because like Member Desart said, it pains me. I do know that the money is going to stay in ARPA interest and go to food insecurity, which is also very important. But I would have loved to see our District 3 be have more potential opportunities to fund. So I know I mentioned this in the beginning of this process, but I would like to, I don't know, maybe just have a brainstorming session, or, even more updates about, how I had kind of asked along the way about how each district was doing. And I know everyone kind of comments that a lot of the applications come in like last minute, but maybe just, along the way, we get updates that, this is what each district has, and we can try to brainstorm and come up with better ways for outreach. Just in hindsight, I also just, feel just a little disappointed that District 3 didn't have more applications. So just some ideas.
Good ideas, actually. Thank you very much, Member Galassi. We will definitely make notes of all. I mean, like we did it after round one, we made notes. And after round two, we're gonna make notes and try to solve any problems. So, but I liked your idea of having members have access to, what's out there and make the calls ourselves if we have to. So thank you very much.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, Member LaPlante, please. We can't hear you.
Thank you so much. I think that I noticed a really big improvement. I offered a lot of suggestions after round one, after the first year, as you know, Member Chair Schwarzy, right? I
Yes.
offered a lot of feedback, and I'm really happy to say that it was implemented, the feedback I gave, and this round was a lot easier, even though I had the most applicants, all of that. I had a lot of work, but it was a lot smoother. So there has been a lot of improvement from the first year, but I was very vocal after the first year about where changes needed to be made. Perhaps each one of us on the committee can just offer up some things that, some things that worked really well and some areas for improvement based on each experience. I just want to say thanks for making those changes in the implementations that made it a smoother process from year one to year two. And then I'm sure, to Member Galassi's point, if we just talk about this and get it together, it'll be smoother for the next time too. I think, I have a lot more notes to say, but I think it would be most beneficial if we just could sit down and do that and just compare just a few little tweaks, and it'll be even smoother.
good points, and please, everybody on this committee, please send me emails on what you'd like to see improved. Member Galassi, go ahead.
Yeah, to that point, Lynn, thank you for mentioning that. One thought that I had was maybe 2 deadlines, because like, when I kept asking along the way, where are we at? And it was always like, well, everyone just submits their applications right upon the deadline. So maybe we have the application deadline like one Friday, and then the cleanup or resolve issues like a following Friday, because if we're not getting updates and, or people aren't applying until 24 hours ahead of the deadline, and then they don't have time to resolve some of the issues that are brought forth. I know that precluded some organizations from getting funding. So maybe we just have 2 deadlines a week apart, like the initial application is due on this Friday, but then you have until the next Friday to resolve any, any issues or comments, just to try to get people, more people that are, allowed to, or, to resolve
our
some of the
problems.
issues. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Very, very good point. Please do me a favor, send me that email.
Sure.
I say, and again, I'm gonna say this to everyone on this committee, please send me your thoughts, your suggestions, and, we'll look at every single idea for sure, so. Thank you all, and thank you all for approving what we did, what we were able to give away. 711,000 is not a drop in the bucket. It's strong support to help a lot of these organizations and to help DuPage County board members or DuPage County residents. So, all right. Any other new business? Seeing none, without objection, we are adjourned. Thank you so much.